Today we're putting the best newly added legends in NHL 24 on the same team to see if they could win a Stanley Cup. First line is Danny Heatley, Phil Esposito, and Marian Hossa. Esposito being a huge one that wasn't in the game. Speaking of huge ones that weren't in the game, Ron Francis finally here. And a team builds I wanted to make last year that I couldn't use him in was a lot. He'll be playing on the second line with Woody Dumart, I probably said that wrong, and Dustin Brown. Third line we got Alice Hemschke, David Backus, and Patrick Elias. Elias was one I've been waiting for a long time, and he's finally in the game, and they messed up his photo. As you can see, it is smaller than the rest and upwards more. You look at his photo and then look at Backus's. That's what it's supposed to look like, and this is what his looks like. Added to the list of bugs. Anyway, fourth line, Chris Kunitz, Patrick Sharp, and Roy Conacher. Patrick Sharp, not a true center. This team only has a 3, but he does have 75 faceoffs, which isn't terrible. Defensively, we're bringing out the big guns, literally. Zdeno Chara, with him and Jalmerson on the first line, Brooks Orpik and Red Kelly on the second line, Keith Yandel and Lionel Conacher on the third line. Lionel Conacher, so old he doesn't even have a profile picture for them to put in the game. And the goalies are both Buffalo legends. Dominic Hasek finally in the game, along with Ryan Miller in the backup position. Year number 1, we would finish with a 47, 25, and 10 record for 104 points, finishing 6th in the entire league, with the Tampa Bay Lightning grabbing the President's Trophy. Phil Esposito having the most points on our team with 90. Esposito also leading our team in goals with 44. Hossa had 35 and Heatley had 31. Looking at goalies, 36 wins for Hasek in 64 games played, 3 shutouts, a 908 save percentage, and a 2.75 goals against average. Miller kind of struggling win-wise, but having similar stats, 907 save percentage, 2.86 goals against average, but only winning 11 games out of his 24 played. Allmark would lead the league in wins with 49. He had a 908 save percentage and a 2.88 goals against average with 3 shutouts. And Nikita Kucherov would lead the league in points with 103, while Matthews led the league in goals with 60. And in the first round of the playoffs, we must face the Colorado Avalanche. We were able to beat in 6 games and move on to the second round where we faced the Dallas Stars. Even though we lost the first 2 games of the series, we would end up winning this series in 6 games as well to move on to the conference finals to face the Edmonton Oilers. I mean, this is going extremely well. We would beat Edmonton in 5 games to move on to the Stanley Cup finals in our first year. We face the Toronto Maple Leafs. This should be an easy win, in my opinion. The game always favors the Leafs, let's be honest. I would know, I am a Leafs fan. They are going to get the job done. We would win the Stanley Cup in 5 games. We are Stanley Cup champions in our first year. I'm obviously going to play all 5 years just to see how many they can win. Not surprised they won necessarily, but usually when we have teams like this, it doesn't go our way. I'm happy to see it go our way for once. Who is winning the Conn Spite? It will be Phil Esposito. Not surprising. 10 goals, 22 assists during the playoffs. A big performance for him. You'll love to see it, as he is the captain of the team. Here's a full look at the playoff tree for those who are interested. Like we saw, Esposito led our team in playoff points with 32. It would be Marian Hossa leading our team in playoff goals with 15. Hasek playing very good at 914 save percentage, 2.64 goals against average, and obviously getting 16 wins. Esposito would lead the entire playoffs in points, while McDavid would tie Hossa for most goals in the playoffs with 15. McDavid playing 4 less games. If we look at the awards, somehow Nathan MacKinnon is your regular season MVP. I didn't even notice his name when we were looking at the top stats, but it's fine. The Norris goes to Adam Fox. Connor Bedard wins the Calder. We're probably going to be seeing that a lot. Esposito wins the Conn Smythe, like we saw. Hasek would win the Vezina. Honestly, wasn't expecting that. While Shesterkin wins the William M. Jennings Trophy. Year number 2, we'd finish with a 48, 25, and 9 record, earning 105 points, finishing 5th in the entire league. We're looking for back-to-back Stanley Cups. Phil Esposito leading our team in points once again with 84. He'd also lead our team in goals with 38. So we had lower numbers, but still our top performer. Dominic Hasek, 37 wins in 62 games, played a 918 save percentage and a 2.54 goals against average with 4 shutouts. But Ryan Miller is still struggling, only 11 wins in 24 games played, he had an 899 save percentage and a 3.08 goals against average with no shutouts. Igor Shesterkin would lead the league in wins with 47. He had a 909 save percentage and a 2.79 goals against average, while Nathan MacKinnon would lead the league in points with 128 and lead the league in goals, tied with Matthews for 61. Just realize Chicago casually has Wayne Gretzky, so if they ever win the Stanley Cup, that's why, but they didn't even come close in the video where we had him on there, so I'm not too worried about it. Start a quest for back-to-back cups by facing the Dallas Stars in round number 1. And to say it's not going good would be an understatement. We're down 3-0 after the first 3 games. We must win 4 in a row to move on. I don't have high hopes. First period, game 4, 2-0 Dallas. Second period, 4-2. And after the third, they would win 5-2, and we get swept, so we're absolutely not winning back-to-back cups. The Carolina Hurricanes would win the Stanley Cup after beating Colorado in the finals in 5 games. Connor McDavid would tie Adam Fox to lead the league in playoff points, both of them having 30, McDavid only playing 17 games. It would be McDavid also leading the league in playoff goals with 16. Ethan McKinnon would grab back-to-back regular season MVPs, this one making way more sense. And Adam Fox would grab back-to-back James Norris trophies. Aho would grab the Conn Smythe trophy, while Hasek wins back-to-back Vezinas, and Samsonov wins the William M. Jennings trophy. Year number 3, we're looking at a 45, 30, and 7 record, earning 97 points for 11th in the entire league. We are back in the playoffs. And surprise, surprise, Phil Esposito is on top of our team with 97 points. He also led our team in goals with 39, though Hossa was one off of tying him. Hasek 34 wins in 58 games played, a 9.02 save percentage, and a 3.11 goals against average. Ryan Miller continues to struggle, 11 wins in 28 games played, 2 shutouts, an 8.81 save percentage, and a 3.65 goals against average. Mark Georgiev and Shesterkin all tied to lead the league in wins with 43, but it would be Georgiev playing the least amount of games. He'd also have the worst save percentage and goals against average. And Wayne Gretzky, who is here because I'm dumb, would lead the league in points with 124. He would not lead the league in goals. It would be Austin Matthews with 62. We got the LA Kings in the first round. Let's see if we can win a series this season. It would be nice. We would win in 5 games to move on to the second round to face the Edmonton Oilers. We win the second round, no problem. Also winning in 5 games. And this is the series I was dreading, the Chicago Blackhawks, because they're not supposed to have Gretzky, but they do. So if they beat us, it's gonna be kind of controversial. So our whole team is legends, so I guess it's fair they get one, even if it is the greatest of all time. And of course, it's coming down to the wire. We are going to game 7. Period number 1, everything on the line. It's 2-0 good, guys. Marian Hossa pots 2 goals. They have Saros in net. Second period, they get 1 back. Seth Jones scoring. We're outplaying them so hard, and Patrick Elias will get 1 as Corey Perry gets 1 right back, though. And Orpik with a huge goal to put us up by 2, and then Elias gets another. We should be fine. It means we'll be moving on to the Stanley Cup Finals for the second time, as we beat Chicago in 7 games and beating them in game 7 5-3. I was about to say 5-2, but Pitlick scores a goal. No goals from Gretzky or Bedard. We must face the Pittsburgh Penguins in the conference finals. And by conference finals, I mean Stanley Cup Finals, if I can actually speak properly. We are in game 6, and we are up in the series 3-2. We are in overtime. If we score, we are Stanley Cup champions. They score, they force game 7. Elias is free with a chance to win, and he cannot bury. No way. Hossa has space. He had a play. He keeps it alive. Elias will actually bang it home off a one-timer for our second Stanley Cup win of the day. Was not expecting the goal to go in there. The boys are pumped, as they should be. And it would be Red Kelly grabbing the Conn Smythe this year. A defenseman. I think he had 22 points, I saw. Phil Esposito would lead our team in playoff points with 25, while also leading our team in playoff goals with 13. I feel like he probably should have won the Conn Smythe. Dominic Hasek, 907 save percentage and a 2.95 goals against average. Ryan Miller playing great in the 1 game he was used in, which was literally just for half a game looking at his minutes played. It would actually be Crosby leading the entire playoffs in points with 31, and also leading the entire playoffs in goals with 16. It would be Brad Marchand capturing regular season MVP, while Cale Makar grabs the James Norris trophy. Red Kelly winning the Conn Smythe, obviously, while Vasilevsky grabs the Vezina and the William M. Jennings trophy. Year number 4, we finished with a 47-29-6 record, earning 100 points on the dot, finishing 8th in the entire league. Smaller year in terms of points, but Phil Esposito still leading our team in points with 81. We have a new goal-scoring leader. It's Danny Heatley. Hasek 35 wins in 63 games played, 908 save percentage, a 2.99 goals against average with 5 shutouts, while Miller still can't get a 500 win percentage, 12 wins, an 893 save percentage, and a 3.33 goals against average. Georgiev would lead the entire league in wins with 48. He played 71 games. Gretzky back on top in points with 123. Bedard number 2 with 121. You'd think with Bedard's 61 goals, he'd be leading the league, but that's not the case. 68 goals for Pasternak would lead the league. And our quest for back-to-back cups, once again, we're facing the Edmonton Oilers. And just like our last quest for back-to-back cups, we might be eliminated in the first round as we're down 3-1. Not liking our odds. Edmonton would be up 4-2 at the end of the first, and game number 5 up 6-2 at the end of the second period, and they would end up winning 6-3. So we are once again eliminated in the first round. At least we won a game this time. And Gretzky and Bedard finally making it to the Stanley Cup Finals, but they would come up short, losing to the New York Rangers in 7 games. Panarin would lead the league in points in the playoffs with 37, while it would be Gretzky leading in playoff goals with 16. Wayne Gretzky would finally be a regular season MVP, while Cale Makar grabs back-to-back James Norris trophies, Vasilevsky wins back-to-back Vezinas, and Schmid would win the William M. Jennings Trophy. In our final season, we would finish with a 54, 26-2 record, earning 110 points for second in the league, while the New Jersey Devils would capture the President's Trophy. Phil Esposito would sweep the points leader for our team every single season, get 85 points this year, and he would also lead our team in goals with 39. And Miller would get 15 wins in 29 games played, a 915 save percentage, and a 2.70 goals against average. So one of his better stat lines of our sim as a 39 win Hasek had 904 save percentage, 2.90 goals against average with 2 shutouts in 56 games played. Wasn't ready to see this one, but Aiden Hill led the league in wins with 44, and he's on the Montreal Canadiens. Gretzky and Bedard are number 1 and 2 in the league once again. Are they going to be able to win a cup? They didn't win a cup in 6 sims I did, so this would be their 11th chance, and they still yet to win one. It would be Pasta and Robertson tying for most goals in the league with 61. And we get to face off against the Minnesota Wild in our final playoff round 1. And we have made it past the first round by beating the Minnesota Wild in 6 games. Every season we've made it past the first round, we've won the cup. So let's see if we can keep that tradition going. We face Colorado in the second round. Well, after an 11-4 loss in game 4, it's not looking good. We have to win 3 games in a row to move on. No score in the first, 2-1 Colorado at the end of the second. Dustin Brown would start the third period off with a goal, and then Healy would score as we take the lead. And it looks like we might actually be able to hold it and force a game 6, as we would win game 5 3-2, unless we're gonna add an empty net goal, which we will not. And in game 6, we need a miracle kind of. So we go to the third period down 3-1. Time winding down on our season. 2 minutes remaining. We need 2 goals. We're not even gonna find one, and we are eliminated by Colorado in the second round in 6 games. No Stanley Cup for Bedard and Gretzky once again. We would lose to the Stanley Cup champions. The Colorado Avalanche would beat the Montreal Canadiens in 6 games in the finals. It'd be Slavkovsky leading the entire playoffs in points with 37, with Nathan McKinnon leading the league in playoff goals with 15. Jack Hughes is a regular season MVP, with Adam Fox grabbing his 3rd James Norris Trophy. Cale Makar would grab the Conn Smythe Trophy, while Hasek grabs his 3rd Vezina of the day. Only 2 people won the Vezina today in 5 seasons. Hasek would also grab his first William M. Jennings Trophy. We are going to call it there. We were able to capture 2 Stanley Cups in 5 years. It's honestly 2 more than I was expecting. If you have any team build ideas, let me know. Thank you everybody so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed. I'll catch you in the next one. Peace out.